up, guys? So Sports back in with another video, and in today's video I have my 2020 NBA mock draft 2.0. This is the second installment of my NBA mock draft. Since my first one did so well, I thought I'd come back and give you guys another one, but this time it's going to be a little different, or possibly a lot of bit different. I actually simulated the lottery this time excuse me, to, you know, make it interesting. I think I might do these type of lotteries moving forward, where I simulate the lottery, giving us many different outcomes, just to see how, you know, the drafts would turn out and stuff. I think it'd be really cool, because I think last year taught us that like anything is possible in this NBA draft with the new lottery systems. So yeah, with that being said, before I continue, I just want to show you guys a screenshot of, like, you know, Thankathon, excuse me, the draft that I simulated and that I got. It's gonna pop up on the screen right now. Take a look at that. Just hit like sim lottery a few times and then just got one that was interesting, I thought. And yeah, so we plugged it into an Excel sheet and let's just get right into it. So the first overall pick, I have the Detroit Pistons selecting Anthony Edwards. I think that's, you know, consensus, I guess. We spent a lot of time talking about Edwards. You know, he had a okay his college season wasn't really that special. You know, he's kind of inefficient and everything, but he's kind of like the consensus #1 overall pick. I think he's between him and like LaMelo Ball, and I could definitely see the Pistons taking Ball, but you know, I think taking a wing over a guard in this day and age, in this era when, you know, your team is, you know, not really filled with that much talent, kind of makes sense. Anthony Edwards does, you know, draw comparisons to like an Victor Oladipo and stuff. 6'5", 225. He's really strong. You know, he does have the defensive and scoring potential with the athleticism. You can see why, you know, he's probably consensus #1 overall pick by a lot of people. Moving on, the second overall pick, the Golden State Warriors. I have them taking James Wiseman. The Warriors are in desperate need of like a star power guy. I think, you know, you already have like Clay and Steph, Draymond too, if you want to consider him, you know, one of the top guys. They traded for Andrew Wiggins, excuse me. They just really need a center now. So, you know, someone with, you know, a lot of athleticism, as Wiseman does have, with the potential that he has too. It's a scary pick for the Warriors, because if this pick hits, man, this Warriors team is going to be great for, you know, more and more years to come. But yeah, I think, you know, probably another consensus pick. If the Warriors do pick at 2 and Wiseman is there, I think they probably will take him, excuse me. Number 3, this is where things get interesting. The Wizards. I have them taking LaMelo Ball. Now, I'm going to talk about this pick for a little bit. I feel like, you know, John Wall now, he's 29, coming off an Achilles injury. He's in the is this the second or third year of his Supermax contract or whatever? This is a deal that I think the Wizards could make. You know, I think you'd make this deal. You know, Ball probably, you know, comes off the bench for a year behind Wall. And next year you see what happens. You know, if you guys are successful, that's great. You know, you still have this 6'7", 6'8", you know, guard with elite, amazing potential waiting for after John Wall, you know, runs his course. And if not, okay, you attach a couple picks and hopefully a team looks to add John Wall. Maybe a team like the Knicks, if the Knicks, you know, miss on free agency or whatever. They could potentially make a deal to, you know, trade for the multi-time All-Star in John Wall. That is something that I could definitely see. Or maybe a team is out there who needs just a little bit more to get over the hump, and you take on extra picks and you make a deal like that for John Wall. I mean, you know, it's a lot of capabilities. It really is a lot of capabilities. It's a very interesting one, but one that I probably do see them making. And I think if they do make the selection and John Wall doesn't work out, I feel like they probably just, you know, just overall blow it up completely, and then you'd end up treating like Bradley Beal again too. You know, there's a lot of talk that Beal to Miami is a real thing. You know, you could possibly get back like Tyler Hero, even though I don't think that trade is really fair. Like Tyler Hero, I'll talk about Tyler Hero maybe in a future video, but I'm just gonna say it. I feel like he's kind of overrated right now. Either way, moving on to my Cleveland Cavaliers. Who would they take here at number 4? I have them taking Onyeka Okongwu. I'm just going to put Okongwu. I really don't know how to spell his first name. My apologies. I am really falling in love with the idea of the Cavs selecting Onyeka Okongwu. That man right there has Bam at about potential. You talk about a guy who can guard the paint as well as guard in the perimeter. He's nice and athletic. You know, offensive potential was seen kind of here at USC. You know, he did average about like 16 points per game. It's really all about the playmaking. If he can get that, he averaged nearly 3 blocks per game too. That is someone that I really want on the Cavs, considering this team The Cavaliers have no defenders whatsoever, man. Oh my goodness, the defense is lackluster. We really, really, really need a defender like him. I'd love it, especially at number 4. It'd be a great pick, in my opinion. Honestly, you can maybe like finagle the Wolves in this position, because I'm gonna explain this in my next pick. I'll just do my next pick. The Wolves, I'll probably have them taking Dini Avdija. I think that's how you spell his name. I don't want to butcher it. Is it Abdida or Awadia? Can somebody let me know in the comments what his name actually is? His last name, excuse me. And I actually did spell that correctly. First try. That is great. But talking back on the trade proposal that I have, if you can finagle the Wolves into trading with you to move up one spot, if they really think that they're going to take their guy, that the Cavs are going to take their guy, you know, number 4 to the Wolves for 5 and 16 would be exquisite, but I just really don't think that would happen. Either way, number 5, the Wolves take Dini. I feel like they need some wing depth, some wing defense, some wing 3-point shooting. They need wings, honestly, in all honesty, and Dini is their guy. Again, like I said before, he can play the 3 or the 4. Has shooting potential, has defensive potential. Really has a complete package, I guess you could say. So, that in my opinion, that's why I believe that they would take a guy like him. Moving on, number 6, the Atlanta Hawks. I have them taking Tyrese Halliburton. Now, another pick that is very interesting, because they'd be taking another guard, a 6'5" guard who I feel like could definitely play off ball or be your lead guard, excuse me, I guess, at sometimes, allowing Trae Young to play more off ball. I think would suit this team very well. Tyrese also does have a lot of defensive potential. You know, he's a very smart defender. This season for the Iowa, he averaged like 2.5 steals per game, something crazy like that. Even though his shot is unorthodox, he does still have 3-point potential. He shot like 36 of 71 on catch and shoot shots this year, which is very good for a college player. I don't want to say kind of like a Malcolm Brogdon-ish type of player. I think he'd fit really well next to Trae Young. That would be a really good fit in my opinion, and a pick that I'd love the Hawks to make. Moving on, number 7, the New York Knicks get Killian Hayes. You know, I think is probably, in my opinion, arguably the second best point guard in this draft, but I feel like for the Hawks, Tyrese would probably fit better. Killian Hayes, you know, he did his thing overseas, very young, has a lot of potential, has, you know, drawn a lot of eyes, and a Knicks team that needs as much help as he can get. This is a nice pick right here. He should fit in well at that point guard position, where I feel like it's going to be wide open for him to take. You know, Dennis Smith Jr. hasn't really done much. Alfred Payne hasn't really done much. And Frank Ntilikina himself, he hasn't really done much either. So, yeah, that's just my opinion behind this pick. And I feel like it'd be a good one. Moving on, number 8, the Bulls. I have them taking Isaac Okoro. They really need wing depth. As someone told me in my comments the last mock draft, they are in dire need of wing depth. Isaac Okoro, who has immense defensive potential, man. Oh my goodness, he looks like the next guy defensively at that. If his offense can just come around, he's gonna be deadly. You know, he's gonna be really deadly. On a team who the Bulls actually, you know, they were pretty good defensively after the All-Star break, or after, you know, the new year. The defense actually did become pretty good. I think it was like top 10 or something crazy like that. But you know, just adding to your young core, adding a defender at that. It'd be nice. You know, it would be really nice for the Bulls, especially for a team who, looking at the wings they have now, Otto Porter, I don't know if he'll be retained, but he's a guy who's, you know, in and out of the lineup with injuries. Thaddeus Young, wouldn't really call him like a 3. He's probably more of a 4, and he's getting up there in age too. They just signed him this year. Chandler Hutchinson, you know, he's cool. Denzel Valentine, he's, you know, he hasn't really done much, so, you know, I could see the need right there for a wing. It makes sense, in my opinion. Number 9, the Hornets. I have them taking Devin Vassell. Your young core is pretty good, you know. Terry Rozier and Devontae Graham is your nice backcourt. I don't know if you would call them part of the young core, because those guys are like, what, 23, 24, 25 at this point, but still, pretty good. You have P.J. Washington, Miles Bridges is still there. Cody Zeller is still cool. Add a 3-and-D guy like Devin Vassell, who's, you know, plays role well. I feel like it fits nicely, fits great. Devin Vassell did his thing. I'm pretty sure he played at Florida State, if I can double check really quickly. I'm pretty sure it's Florida State, you know. Yes, he did. He played well. Shot extremely well from 3, about 41%. Nice defense. I think he'd be a great fit for this Charlotte Hornets team, who was headed in the right direction. You know, Michael Jordan has made some great moves over the last couple of years after many stinkers, but that's neither here nor there. The Suns at number 10, they think they take, their point guard of the future, potentially, in Cole Anthony. I think the pick writes itself. Cole Anthony, even though he didn't really have a good season at all at UNC, you're getting a point guard. You really need. Ricky Rubio is cool, but he's not a long-term, option, of course. You could potentially get that in someone like Cole Anthony, who's really athletic, can hopefully facilitate. And in year one, he can come off the bench. Doesn't really have to have that much of a role, really, so you can ease him into the NBA, which I think would probably be really good for him, considering he was kind of erratic at times at UNC. But either way, a pretty good pick in my opinion. Moving on. The Spurs, I have them taking a steal. Obi Toppin. Yes, imagine Obi falling to number 11. Now, I'm going to talk about this pick and the reason why I had Obi fall to number 11. For one, I just didn't really see a proper fit in any of the other teams picking, 1 through 10. Honestly, if you see one, you can tell me. I was maybe thinking like the Wolves, but defensively, him and Cat, I don't think it'd be good at all. I was also thinking maybe the Knicks, but I don't really think so. I think the Knicks really need a point guard. There's also like the Bulls. It just didn't really make sense for anything. I mean, it made sense, but personally, I just didn't really like the fits, considering that he's also 22 now. He's really old. I think he'd fit a Spurs team, and having Greg Popovich coach him, man, he could really turn into the next great power forward. Potentially. I don't want to put that on him, but he could. I don't know. Super athletic. Player of the year this year. Had a fantastic college season at Dayton. He really did his thing, man. I really like Obi. I really do hope he has a great NBA career. And just rounding out the NBA, rounding out my mock draft now. 12, 13, 14. We're just going to go through these, pretty quickly. At number 12, I had the Kings taking Aaron Naismith. I think this is who I had them take in my last mock draft too, but a guy who I was confused. He did average 23 points and shot pretty good from 3, really well from 3 actually. I don't know why people have him so low on the, on their specific mock drafts. I might do a video on that honestly, because it does kind of baffle me. But I think he fits well. 6'6", can play the 3, or the 2 for the Kings, and on a team that could lose out on, well, maybe they'll probably bring back Bogdan, honestly. But Buddy Hield has been, kind of in and out of the lineup. It's interesting to see what his role is going to be like, in future years. Naismith could potentially replace him. Number 13, I have the Pelicans taking Patrick Williams, who was Devin Vezel's teammate at Florida State. Extremely young. He's a really smart player, high IQ guy. I feel like, he another guy who plays his role really well. I think I said that a lot, honestly, but he actually does. He has a lot of potential as a defender. On the offensive end, has a lot of potential as like a very smart, a makes the right kind of play type of guy. And I think that's probably what the Pelicans need at this point. And at number 14, the Trailblazers get a nice pick right here, and a guy who we talked about in our last video, or I think it was a couple videos ago actually, reacting to Bleacher Report's. Did I have to put that video out? I think I just snitched on myself, honestly. I think I did. But either way, that's my mock draft. That is my mock draft. I just want to look really quickly because sometimes I forget if I put videos. Okay, I just snitched on myself, Chad. Okay, guys, I did do a reaction to Bleacher Report's, latest mock draft. I have not put that out yet, so just ignore what I said the last 30 or 45 seconds. But Sadiq Bey, a 3-and-D guy, joining the Portland Trailblazers on a team that has, their, what's the word? Their star guys set, I guess you want to say, or their core guys at that set. I feel like this be a nice piece, nice pick for them. All around, I like it. I really do. I like it. But this is going to conclude my mock draft. Tell me how I did. Tell me what you guys would change potentially. Now, I did simulate the lottery again. I might do another mock draft soon where I, include trades and stuff if you guys are interested in that. But with all that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy. Please like and sub and share with your friends. We're on the road to 70 subs. We're 6 subs away. Just 6 people. If you could subscribe, it will mean the world to me. That's going to do it for me, guys. It's So Sports, and I'm out. Hey.